I need to see a picture. Yeah.
Welcome to No Hangover Podcast. You bitch ass niggas. The realest thing to touch your ears
Boom.
in the longest of times.
Boom. Preach.
It's your boy Jordan G in the cut. We got the Cuban sensation here. Diego Conte sitting across from me. This is 103?
103, baby.
103, yeah, we've been doing this for a minute. Check out the bonus episodes we've been putting out as well. These two guys putting in extra
week.
work, extra content. We got more on the way.
My mama couldn't get through to me.
We're official, right? Are we recording?
People suing me.
All right.
I'm on
We're looking
TV
good.
talking like it's just you.
We're looking good.
Wow.
What you got to tell the people?
I'm just saying.
This is episode
how
103.
I feel, man.
You already know where to find us. Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple
was
Podcast.
amazing.
It was nice.
That was really
Visuals.
Nice.
Check us out on YouTube for our shirts, socks, masks, whatever the fuck. We got a bunch of shit on. Check out the website, www.nohangoverpodcast.com.
Indeed.
Keep up with the latest merch.
That's
Indeed.
it.
Follow us on Instagram at No Hangover Podcast.
We there.
Twitter, No Hangover Pod. Don't check it as
We're not
much.
there.
Definitely just go on.
We there.
Definitely just go on Instagram. But yeah, like I said, 103. We live, baby.
That was actually pretty fucking divine.
Magical.
That was magical. That was some fucking.
Well,
you were just
that's
fucking
the
on the shit,
ambiance
fucking
that we try to give to
flowing.
the people.
riding on the beat, just fucking.
He was.
That's what I was trying to do. I was trying to narrate the show.
Fuck.
This is 103. We've been here for a minute. You know what I'm saying?
You
I
succeeded.
think we all
You succeeded for real.
put together a good show now.
Mm-hmm.
I
the
think we're
most
pretty
part, yeah.
smooth. Think we've
Production.
been- yeah.
Production is ASAP.
My boy Jacob,
Yes,
since he
that's
took
what
over
I
from the
was
As
Before.
soon as possible.
as soon as Jacob took over as far as introducing things, I feel like it went to a different level. So,
Boom.
hey,
Appreciate you.
you about a year? It's been about a year since you've been back. We're coming
Almost,
up on it.
yeah. In about a week.
Might as well talk
like
about it
2
real
weeks.
quick.
All right, in about 2 weeks will be the year since I've been back to Florida.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be
The
in
407.
Washington.
And what we were at 50 something episodes at that point.
I got back, I think 52, maybe. Episode 52.
We doubled.
Yeah,
pretty
we did.
good.
We had already some visuals out, like 2 or 3, right?
We were consistent.
Two.
We've
Two
been
visuals.
consistent.
I've been on every one since.
Yes, sir.
I thought I was on 53. I don't know. I'm going to have to check that to get back to you.
We did 2 solo ones back to back.
Yeah,
One
I
here
did.
and then the one over at fucking the house when we wore the pink pants.
Yep.
The
pink pants
We
are
did a
hot.
solo episode. We did many solo episodes.
Yeah.
Me
Yeah,
and your
'cause-
boy was on wax by ourselves for a
Like
minute.
like I've said plenty
No
of times.
visuals.
Like I said plenty of times,
Honestly,
they held it down. I
the
mean,
fucking
from
rough beginnings.
from
Indeed.
episode 1 to 14, I was here. It was 3 of us, 3
Right.
amigos.
Yep.
After that, Jordan and Eric
It was a duo.
ran
Indeed.
the
The
thing. Ran the
dynamic.
thing.
Dynamic duo.
For
Took
sure.
the podcast and ran with it.
Fucking got the
Just
logo. I
kidding.
mean, that's
They're-
where that came from essentially. The
Yeah.
original. That is that same font, just with
Yeah, that comes from
some dude I fucking hit up on Instagram pretty much.
the original origins of it is a picture that we took New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
We took a picture New Year's Eve, and Eric had that picture animated in a sense, and they added the No Hangover.
I never got on an animated photo.
They added the No Hangover logo, that exact logo behind it, and that became the logo for a while. And then when Jacob moved
When I
back,
came back, I was like, get this animated shit off
exactly,
here.
exactly, there was discussions.
I was
'cause
mad that
it
I
was an
wasn't on it.
animated photo of just me and Eric.
I was
That
mad.
shit was
It took-
dope as fuck.
It
though.
was
That shit
hard.
It was a hard photo, but I was
It's a
mad.
3-person podcast.
I was like, you
So
motherfuckers, you.
at that point, we had to make some changes.
Trying to take me off of this.
But that logo stuck. And
Yeah.
I think that's
That's it.
it's
That's
super
home base
catchy.
right there.
Yeah,
That's it.
yeah.
I'm
That's
sure there'll
us.
be more evolutions to it at some point.
Maybe not.
The
I mean,
simplicity
think it-
to it though is
but
very
think-
catchy.
Think about like big corporations though, like McDonald's and shit like that. Like
That is our golden arch, baby.
But
It
if
is.
they've gone through like it's the same thing, just like different variations. of it,
Same.
but different, pretty much.
Well, okay, well, yeah, there'll be some enhancements, but that cup.
Who you think will be
And
the
that-
first one to get that tatted on him?
That's a
don't
different
I'm just
conversation.
fucking with you.
You,
Probably.
Jordan. It's gonna
It
be
wouldn't
Jordan.
be Jordan. Jordan has no tattoos.
Jordan's the one, yeah, with no tattoos.
Yeah, but his first one. Fucking
Will be
imagine
no
we
hangover.
imagine we do some big shit, win some type of award or something. We get fucked up. I'm gonna get it fucking tatted on me. Who the fuck's gonna stop you? Not me.
That's true.
I'll let you.
I'll be the one
Go
tatting
ahead.
no, I'm just kidding.
I'll be
Don't trust
damned.
me to do that. Do not trust me to do that.
That'll be all kinds of fucked up.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, this is 103. Of course, shout out to XL Tint. You know the vibes on that. If you're not in tune, you should be in tune by now. Any window tints you need,
If you're fish bowling,
yeah,
you stupid.
your residential property, your commercial property needs tint, go ahead and hit them up. 386-479-7111.
Boom.
There we go. Instagram XL Tint or XL_Tint. I'm sorry. Yep. And Facebook is just XL Tint.
Yes,
check him out on those platforms as well. His website is xltint.com.
For a free quote.
Yep. You text or call that number, you'll get a free quote. So, you know the vibes.
Tell them boys that know Hangover sent you.
Yeah.
You'll get a smaller discount, but you still get a discount. That did not make sense. You'll get a smaller discount.
You'll get a discount, period.
Yeah.
You ain't got to talk numbers.
Well,
you know what I'm
the
saying?
boy is popular, so y'all should have hit him up when we originally said this discount was out there.
Either way, he's going to take care of you. It's good business, so it's worth what you pay.
Lifetime warranty. I mean, it's definitely worth it.
It's worth what you're paying. But yeah, this is 103. I feel like we started the episode on a pretty positive, exciting note. You know, but we're gonna have to go a different direction.
You want to go? You want to go?
News drop. You know, some shit that we gotta cover. Okay. We gotta talk about. We got opinions about.
There first? Okay, go ahead.
I mean, that's the order we had shit in.
It was. I was gonna ask just now if you wanted to switch it up or go with it, but go with it.
Your boy, at one point, he was America's dad.
He was
for a certain community.
Bum, bum, bum.
And either
I mean, he
and everybody
he transcended that. We're talking about Bill Cosby, by the way.
Yeah, we are.
He's a free man now.
Yeah, he's a free man.
That is some wild shit. I saw that.
And he was at the very beginning and at the pinnacle of that Me Too shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like he probably is the most publicized.
Him, R. Kelly, Harvey.
Yep.
Fucking who's that dude that just
Matt
died?
Lauer.
Who's the guy that died? Fucking
over
Epstein.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. I mean, maybe not so much Harvey Weinstein. Yeah, maybe Harvey Weinstein.
No, Harvey Weinstein and him are right there.
They're neck and neck.
But there's...
Oh, it was Louis C.K. who I was thinking of.
Granted, there's levels to the shit, but...
Well, he got Me Too, but...
Yeah. But there's differences in the consequences on both sides. See, Bill Cosby went to jail and really did some time. He did 3 years.
He was supposed to only get
Harvey Weinstein.
He was supposed to do 10.
Harvey Weinstein didn't do any time.
They figured he would die in jail.
Harvey Weinstein just got fined and had to pay a lot of money, but he was a head studio exec for a long time.
When you own Hollywood, get away with fucking some shit.
And he's of a certain community. Jewish in Hollywood is an incredible thing. You know what I'm saying? They have a lot of power. They own a lot of things. So, you know,
got a lot of money. Don't want to lose it.
Yeah, there was differences there, but you know, Bill Cosby's out now. Of course, people have a lot of opinions.
Definitely a lot of mixed reactions.
Yeah, what was your initial reaction?
Two sides.
What was your guys' initial reaction to seeing that?
My initial reaction was like, how the fuck did they let Bill Cosby out?
Because from my standpoint, it wasn't really like anything that was cooking on the surface. Like we didn't hear much about this being fought or appealed. Wasn't highly talked about, and then all of a sudden he's out. He's out.
I don't know. It did come out of left field.
It came out of left field a little bit. So it was shocking from that regard. But like once you read into it a little bit and pay attention to what's going on, and
I felt like it was more shocking after you read into
it.
On how he got off.
He just got off on a handshake deal essentially.
That was like, oh, time served.
So pretty much what happened is that the prosecution just told him in the civil trial, just testify against yourself pretty much. Mm-hmm. We won't use this in the criminal trial. And, you know, it will be just whatever. For
water
whatever
under
reason,
the bridge.
For handshake deals.
That's not necessarily how it went.
I mean, essentially, though, maybe it was a little bit more depth to that.
It was more of the...
Well, they used that in the criminal trial anyways. The test, they used his... The fucking, oh my God.
His sworn testimony?
There you go. Against him in the criminal trial.
When they technically weren't allowed to. So
because they picked up a different prosecution and then they used it anyways.
It was a different deal at the time. So he basically tried to say like, y'all used something against me that couldn't be used against me. Mm-hmm. And that's how he got off.
Exactly.
With time it was on
but it wasn't written in paper. It was a handshake deal. It was like a verbal deal. It wasn't on paper. It wasn't a contract written or anything like that.
Was it recorded at all?
Not that.
I'm pretty sure. Recorded? Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was recorded. That's how it came to light, because they tried to sweep it under the rug, like, oh no, that never happened. And his lawyer had a recording of it. That's how he got off on the technicality. That they used it against him. It was a handshake deal, but that's what, bro. Today, all right, I'm not even gonna get into it. Never mind. Just saying, the fucking deals and the laws and all this shit, it's crazy. It's just crazy.
Get into it a little bit.
I was gonna talk about some barbershop talk. This dude, well, I don't know. This guy doesn't watch the podcast. Facing 10 years and is his own lawyer.
Oh, you seen?
He's representing himself. No, not seen something. Like I'm talking about a guy I just was talking to.
Oh, okay.
He's seen it firsthand.
This dude is literally facing.
I thought you were talking about somebody that went viral.
Nah, he's facing 10 plus, and he's representing himself. And I was like, the fuck? Because that's just wild. But what he was saying some crazy shit, but it makes sense, you know? Like, people want you to think it's crazy shit because that's just the law. People scare you. They make you think, oh, you're crazy. Nah, he's probably right in most of these things. Like, I'll get into it later because I don't want to like fuck up the details and all that.
True.
Got to do more research into it.
Yeah, that's. But I mean,
and it's besides the point.
Yeah,
so.
Back to the Bill Cosby shit. That shit was wild. I mean, hearing that shit and just seeing, like you said, just reading more into it and just seeing how
that's the
how
part
it
that got
went
me.
down.
Yeah,
it's like wow. Like I don't know. And like you said, there's been a lot of mixed feelings about it. There's been more mixed feelings than I thought.
Felicia Rashad came out and said some shit, and she got
who?
Felicia Rashad.
Who's that?
She's the lady that was his wife on the Cosby Show.
Yeah.
The actress.
Yeah.
She's also the dean at Morehouse College now. So she came out and said that this was like injustice towards him, and it was a wrong that was written right. And you know what I'm saying?
Really?
So she was backing him.
She was basically backing him and taking up for him, and a lot of people.
Well, yeah, I saw like
coming at her. And
I mean,
Snoop did that
crazy.
too.
He did.
Snoop was like, how can you say, or like he was basically talking shit about the women, like, oh, you put something in my drink the first time, but the second or third time I didn't want it. Like, he was just basically saying like,
Snoop trolled a little bit. He was trolling a little bit. It was on some podcast or some shit like that.
I thought it was like on a live or something.
Something like that, some stream or something. But I saw
he was just talking. He was just talking shit, saying like how all these girls wanted to be with Bill Cosby. They just wanted their time to shine, so they're trying to bring this shit up years later. But it's like to say something like that. I mean, I definitely have mixed feelings about it because
it's hard. But I mean,
it's basically he say she say. There we go.
He say she say.
Hit myself with a tongue twister.
Go ahead,
But
go ahead.
But I don't. Nah, like there's no reason a woman would do that many years later unless something was real. Like it was real.
So what side are you on?
I think he should have died in jail.
Damn. How do you feel?
Man,
I mean, it's a fucked up situation, but that just is what it is.
And like, I was at my grandparents.
You can't be accused that many times and be like, oh,
there was a lot of women. I mean,
it's not a one-time thing.
If Deshaun Watson right now is that shit was hot news for like 2 weeks, and that shit is now like who talks about it anymore? You don't even get updates on ESPN about it and anything.
Correct. Like that. That's why it's like it's crazy because when it's a he say.
So what are you saying with that comment?
Man, who knows?
They're kind of trying to sweep shit under the rugs.
Are you trying to say they're trying to sweep it under the rug, or are you trying to say it's not truthful?
It might be a little bit of both. Who knows? I mean, because at the end of the day, like
in that situation, I don't know.
And those type of accusations, like there's going to be a certain stigma, regardless if you're innocent or guilty. There's going to be a certain stigma around you, a certain type of fucking. Correct. People are going to look at you a little different, whether it's true or not. So I mean, in the case of
that's
like,
unfortunate.
It is, but
in the generation that we've grown up in.
I mean, that's just the cancel culture nowadays. One little thing could fucking get people, written off.
But it's more of like
that. For instance, Bill Cosby's shit wasn't like no cancel culture shit. It was completely different. You can't have 30 plus women
drugging women and raping them essentially
from years. It would have been one thing if it was like, oh, his later life when he was like in his 70s. Oh, maybe it didn't happen. Nah. It was from fucking dating way back.
But the thing is, like, I mean,
that's just crazy.
To a point, fucking Rick Ross says it in one of his lines.
No,
and
Rick
nobody
Ross
fucking bats an eye to that shit.
Well,
that's the thing. That's the thing with cancel culture.
At the time, no one batted an eye, but like since
still
then,
nobody now. Who really bats an eye? Nobody.
What do you mean? We've all heard the song like that doesn't sit well.
There's memes about it, but I mean, who's out here really investigating Rick Ross if he's fucking drugging chicks? If like. That's the thing, like the thing is that like with cancel culture and shit like that, it's
just the line.
It's a pick and choose.
The line is sick. Took her back to my hotel room, or something like.
Yeah,
I mean, enjoyed it. Whatever. She ain't even know it. Like what?
But I mean, that's the world that we live in. That people are gonna pick and choose what they want to cancel now. What's gonna work for them? Because listen, I was at my grandparents' house the other day on Friday, yesterday. and that got brought up a little bit. And my grandfather, you know, I'm his only grandson. He has all granddaughters, has 2 daughters, all this shit. And he was even like, well, you know, you might not like him as, you know, for what he did this, but for as far as production and what he meant as far as transcending, like putting a black family in in a setting of just a normal household.
Correct.
He did a lot in that aspect, but this is also the same man that was fucking very anti-Trump. So it's like, again, people are going to pick and choose what they want to what they're going to.
You're talking about your grandfather?
Yeah.
Oh.
My grandfather on my mom's side. They're going to pick and choose what to them is all right, to what's acceptable and what's
Correct.
not, depending on how they grew up, on their biases and all this shit. Because again, if you think that if you think Donald Trump was doing wrong things, and based off the things that Bill Cosby did, then you would essentially, with all the accusations, whether he's innocent or not, with all those women coming out, there's going to be that stigma of he is a fucking creep, drugging women, having sex with them, blah, blah, blah. Yes, he might have done great things as far as for production and as far as
culture, for moving
a culture for black people, for pushing that narrative of like, it's not just all gang banging and fucking drugs all the time, and pushing that, you know, just a clean, wholesome house of just, we're just normal people.
Right.
But then in the background, he's doing that shady ass shit. Then it's like, you know, where is it that you draw the line? And that's, I mean, again, like, there's going to be instances where people are, you know, going to lean one way or the other regardless. And it could be similar situations, but there's going to be that separating factor or that separating bias that's going to make you lean one way or another.
Well, to piggyback off your point, like, I know for instance, he broke barriers, he broke stereotypes. His show was doing.
Cosby Show's a great show too.
I mean, the Cosby Show was doing Super Bowl numbers. That's how many people watched it. Like, it was breaking all stereotypes, breaking all barriers. But for him to be accused of all of what he's been accused with, doesn't take away from what he did for the culture. Like, okay, he did that. It was great for him to do so. Mm-hmm. But it doesn't. You can't just be like, okay, you did such great things, we'll just justify this. Fair like, we'll wipe this under the rug. Nah,
but that's fair. That's fair. But then on the opposite side, you're going to have people that, well, you know, for whatever reason they want to bring up, whatever counter argument they want to bring up, they're going to be okay with, you know, are not okay with it, but they're going to be able to justify it in their head a little bit. They can try to
justify. I'm all for giving credit where credit is due, but at the same time, it's not justifiable. You can't justify that.
Well, a lot of people try and separate the artist from the person and what they do personally.
True, but
what they do in their everyday life versus their art and what they give us from a fan perspective.
I mean, R. Kelly's a prime example of that.
R. Kelly is a prime example.
There's
a lot of people that are good examples.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hate on the music, but he's still a sick man. I don't hate on him for the music he put out. I'll still listen to R. Kelly. I've said it plenty of times. R. Kelly's music, great music.
Girl, make it high like
but
the roof is on
you can't do what he did and not looked at.
I mean, he was one of the first people to really start reaching out and collaborating with reggaeton artists and shit like that. Him, 50 Cent. I mean,
it's a very hard thing because I was raised on R. Kelly. Like, I know.
I mean, R. Kelly was a fucking superstar.
Back.
He was a superstar. Like, he was a fucking superstar.
Yeah, I mean, I know you hold a different level of love for R. Kelly than most.
Yeah, I do.
But you still can't deny certain things.
You gotta understand, my dad is from the Midwest. R. Kelly is
from Chicago.
R. Kelly dropped my dad's senior year or his freshman year of college.
Yeah, like, a whole different
what
thing
that
for him.
Music did at that point and what he did
Your
over
dad
his
probably
career.
Had a great life listening to R. Kelly at that point in his life.
Wait, what R. Kelly did over his career, like, he's given us so much great shit. It's a very hard thing, But
like I said, you can't.
Who he is personally,
you can't use someone what they've given as justification for what they've done.
But okay, but then to your point though, exactly, you're not justifying.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying, like, in general, nobody can.
I feel like what the question is that, like, are you gonna stop endorsing them? Are you gonna, like, if they do something wrong like that, like a Bill Cosby, like an R. Kelly, like whoever the fuck you want to throw in there that does something, any entertainer, athlete, whatever the fuck. Are you gonna still listen to their shit, watch their shows, watch their movies, play their music, and shit like that?
I don't think
regardless of what they're doing. I mean, at that, like you said, that's still justifying it.
I guess you have a point.
That's still justifying it in a sense.
True. Tory's not the same caliber.
Yeah, whether they make great. I mean, Michael Jackson, another one. I mean, whether there's some accusations that are just no matter what you do, you're never gonna be able to fully shake it.
Yeah, but can you rank the severity of what is done to a person?
It gets. That's where I was. No. That's what I was about to tell you.
That's where someone hurts. That's where it gets.
You can't quantify suffering.
You can't
quantify
Correct.
that shit.
That's what I was going to tell you. It's like you can't really, because you can't put levels to who is worse, who did this, who did that, because it's everything is
wrong is wrong.
Correct. Wrong is wrong, and every level of wrong is different for every person.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. Like we might think
severity and
we
impact
might think
is different for
correct.
everybody.
We might think something isn't that bad, and someone could take it to heart and be like, "That was the worst thing that ever happened to them."
Right.
So it's like
it can be
It's
catastrophic.
hard. It's hard to say those things, but
it's hard to put a scale or like, I don't know. It's hard to judge something like that off of what you've seen, your experiences, shit like that. Because you're gonna go off personal experiences. That's all we know.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna
use that as
correct. We're opinion based, going off of our own personal experiences. We can't speak for, the masses, because we only know what we think.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we're giving you our opinions of these topics. And like I said, back to Bill Cosby. I personally think he should have died in jail. I don't think he should have got off.
How old? He's like 84, right?
He's 84 now. He went in at like what, 82? He went in?
He was 81 there for 2 years. 2 years.
He's old as shit. Either way, he should have died.
So I mean,
he was living lavish anyways in there.
He probably was. I mean,
any millionaire that goes to fucking prison doesn't have a normal prison sentence.
You're right, but
they're living in a room fucking bigger than our studio, probably. That'd be some shit. It might be though, honestly.
I don't know.
He's a millionaire. He might have a jail cell bigger than this.
Those things are hard to, and especially in the times that we're in, the polarizing times that we're in, like those type of shit. It's hard to. Either side you pick, that you feel like whether he's right, he's wrong, whether he's innocent or this, people are just trying to shit on his name and get money and blah blah. Like you're gonna get some type of backlash either way. I mean,
that's true.
Given the circumstances, like I said, when I first saw it, I was in shock. I was like, "What?" Like, I mean, just like we all thought it was just like, honestly, like it was like he's just gonna be in jail, and that's all there was to it. Like there was nothing more to the story until there was more to it.
Right.
So I mean, I feel like I'm still trying to like. Really, like, I don't know, like, process what it is, like.
And to go off that, for instance, even though we were such in shock and like this and that, in about a week's time, it's gonna be like it never fucking happened.
That's true.
Yeah,
because
that's how information comes and goes nowadays.
That's our culture nowadays.
Our time, yeah.
That's our times nowadays. It used to be different, shit was on newspapers, on letters, on whatever the fuck it was.
Think about the OJ shit.
That honestly, this reminds me of it a little bit.
The severity, like the OJ shit is still legendary to this day. They still do documentaries about it and talk about it.
Because it just seemed like there was no way around it. It just seemed like there's no way around it. And he got off. He was like, what? Like, shit.
If the glove don't fit,
you must have quit.
Yep.
Put it in songs. They put it in everything. Like the fucking... Think about it. This was all going on. When was the OJ trial?
95?
94.
Yeah, 94. I'm pretty sure.
It was during the Rockets finals versus the Magic.
That was the chase. The white Bronco.
Oh, okay. Well, same time.
So either way, we were just being born. You were already born. I was born in 95. Born in 96.
I wasn't born yet.
So like
just a twinkle in your mother's eye.
I was cooking, nigga. What you mean? In 95?
95 when though?
I was born the first month of 96. So I was cooking in 95. I was in the oven.
I guess you're right.
Shout out to Mom Dukes. Love you, baby. That's my girl right there.
Mother's like my second mother.
Mary Jane.
Love that woman too.
Boom.
One of the greatest of all time. She's one of the greatest of all time. Love my mom too. She cook her ass off. She's a real nigga too. We done hung with my mom strong. She's a real one.
She is.
She's a real one.
Some of my favorite days of my life, honestly.
Yeah,
skipping school.
Both my parents.
Skipping school, pulling up to Jordan's crib. Jordan's mom would be like, what the fuck are you doing here?
My dad stuck.
Why are you skipping school? I'm like... I'll always make some bullshit excuse. I already finished that class. What do you mean? Like, I'm not doing anything. Yeah. She'd be like, get your ass inside. She'd be pissed, but she'd be, just come in. Fucking, I love her.
She's a real one. She's a real one, for sure.
But yeah. Crazy.
100%.
Well.
On to the next one,
100%.
I mean, we could hit this real quick because I feel like it's going to be more relevant. That's Sha'Carri Richardson.
Boom.
That's also another. And, I mean, we've talked about,
yeah, we were just talking about it a little bit.
I'm an avid weed smoker. I like smoking weed. I'm an advocate for weed. But That's another
we've
one.
Done me and Eric, we've done a show legit on fucking drugs.
Even psychedelics. That shit was. But anyways, whatever.
As someone who doesn't smoke.
But I mean, that's another one. I mean, there's been a lot of shit going on this week, honestly. But
this week has been crazy.
That is another one that is also kind of. We were talking about that yesterday at my grandparents' house. But it's kind of like the fact that she came out and said that she fucked up and that she know what she was doing. Like,
yeah, she took
right
full
there,
accountability.
That right there, I feel like just kind of, all right, you're good.
Yeah, no, like
get your slap on your wrist, get criticized for a day, you're good. Like she can, I'm pretty sure she's gonna be able to run the 100 relay anyways. She just needs to not
400.
Smoke.
You mean
100, 4x100.
I don't think she will.
She's
banned for 1 month and
the 4x100. That's what I've been seeing. I don't know. I mean, she was gonna be banned from running the 100, but she's gonna be able to run the 4x100. You can correct us if we're wrong in the comments below, but
yeah, that I'm not. I can't really side with that I can't really give my opinion. I don't know.
But I mean, I was in the I'm in the camp of like, you know, like I said, I like smoking weed, whatever. But like when it's time to stop, it's time to stop. When it's time to, you know, give it a break, exactly. When this is money, endorsements, the Olympics, like this is much bigger than, you know. And I understand the circumstances. But I don't feel...
You can't discredit that.
You can't, right. Exactly. But I feel like that's... I can't... In my personal... If that were to happen to me... If that were to happen to me... Listen, I'm just kind of... We don't know. But listen, let me speak. If that were to happen to me, I feel like I wouldn't want to... In a sense, if my mother... Knowing my mother... I'm not saying this situation. If it was in my shoes... If I'm...
disappoint her
I wouldn't want to disappoint my mom in that manner. Exactly. Like, it's like, all right, like...
I can understand and see that.
But at the same time, you say that, but...
Again...
You're in a grieving state. Like, you're... Exactly. And especially knowing your relationship with your mother. You'd be like, you would not be...
But if we're talking about me, though...
If we're talking about,
like... I feel like that would be the last thing on my mind, though. Like... I feel like at a certain point in my life, yes, I would have gone smoking weed and try to cope with my fucking... But I'm at a point in my life right now where I don't feel like if I'm going through something, that's not the first thing that I'm like going to as a coping mechanism. It
might not have been her first thing. She might have went through a couple of processes, but that was something along the lines of like...
It's true.
She might have done that a couple days later, or like maybe she was just trying to forget for that time being. You know, she could have went through the whole stages of grief. You never know.
But in that situation, again, there's so much at stake. There's so much and just the way that she came on, the superstardom, just off winning the heat and qualifying for the Olympics. She fucking ran it. Like that was endorsements. That's money. And again, it seems like she's gonna be able to overcome it because
she might be able to just shake it off
because she owned it. She owned her errors, her wrong ways, and she might be able to run in the 4x100. Correct us if we're wrong, but just what's at stake and just kind of like the whole just.
I get it was a childish thing to do and something on her.
How old is she, by the way? I'm sure she's
fairly young. She's 21, 22.
So again, there's time to fucking recover and come back from it. But again, it's a stupid mistake.
It is at the end of the day, it's a stupid mistake. But at the same time, think about when we were 21, 22.
Mm-hmm.
Even younger for me. Like I fucked up
21.
I fucked up in my life.
For sure.
18, 19, 20, 21. Like,
for sure.
Even now.
Fuck up.
23.
Both you niggas fucked up.
23. I was fucking up. My Jordan
I didn't
year.
fuck up.
I was fucking up.
I think I got over it before then. But yeah, like we fucked up ourselves. So I mean, we can't really critique her.
It's not
or
critiquing.
Criticize.
It's not critiquing. It's.
My thing is though, off of that, like it makes what she just did more impressive. Like the fact of, granted, smoking once isn't gonna fucking affect you like that, but.
I think that's a cop out, honestly. I don't think it makes it more impressive. I think it
low key kind of does for me. Like, say if she was an avid smoker, it would. If it was the only one time, it's not going to affect her.
She's a natural
No,
athlete.
Because there's so many athletes that smoke already. I don't think that makes it any more impressive.
All right, fine, not any more impressive, but I'm just saying.
I think that's
either way. What she did was fucking impressive. Like,
regardless of whether she was smoking weed or not, yeah, it was impressive. I don't think it makes it more impressive that if she got busted for.
If she would have been high while doing it.
This guy.
That's the thing, though. Like,
would that have been more impressive?
No, I just don't like.
She might have been.
Who knows?
Can you imagine?
But like, just I don't know, like you can't like
shut up.
For real. I don't know. Like I said, I smoke weed before I go to the gym sometime, and it focuses me up. Like I don't necessarily know if it's
laughing in the gym.
I don't necessarily know if it's a performance enhancer or not, or if it
Definitely
slows you
not.
down, or if it
Definitely
fucks you up, or whatever the fuck it is. But I don't know if it's like necessarily more impressive. It's just it was a fuck up. She owned it.
Yeah.
And now the thing is that the fact that she owned it so quickly, and the fact that she went, what was it, Good Morning America?
Good Morning America.
She went on Good Morning America.
Today.
And the first thing she said was like, I know I fucked up. Like, this is my bad. Like, this doesn't excuse it. Okay, in so many words. But, I mean, obviously on national TV, she's not going to say fucked up. But in so many words, she said she owned it. And now that she owned it so quickly, that stardom, now she kind of has a kind of comeback story that she can go off of. And now the superstardom and the money is going to be able to, media has shit to write about now.
Yeah.
And if the media is writing about you and shit like that, then the endorsements are going to come. The money's going to come. All that shit's going to come. The fact that she owned it is what fucking,
the first thing that came to my mind was Stephen A. Cause I'm like instantly like thinking, did he make a video yet? Cause he's one of the first people to fucking criticize and be like, lay off the weed.
That is true. That is true.
Every fucking time.
For sure.
Horse up. Fucking.
That is true.
Bartender.
How fast did she run? I didn't even know. Like I had caught.
I'm pretty sure 10
under
11 4 5 10 4 7
under 11
like
seconds, 10 something.
I'm gonna check right now.
I'm excited for the Olympics. This is
She's only a second slower than Usain Bolt.
10.72.
This is such a great, like, I feel like such a great summer of sports coming off of last year and COVID and shit, and just like everything.
It's gonna be a great of everything because we went out.
Finals, Euro, fucking Copa America.
Copa America has been crazy.
That shit is fucking
concerts
coming back.
Might as well open that one too.
Everything.
This was a great bounce back year from COVID for sure.
Of course, we knew it was gonna be like that. Like, I feel like that's not
for sure
surprising.
But now we're seeing it now.
Yeah, that's true.
We could have all said it, but given the year that we had in 2020, it's like, fuck, we could say a lot of things. That don't make shit. It doesn't change shit.
That's a good point.
But now we're seeing it, and shit's opening up. And again, like I said last week, it seems like COVID wasn't even a fucking thing. And it was just,
it was all
we had to sit down for a second.
People had to fucking.
You had to. Bitch, I wish I got to sit down.
You had to sit down.
I wish I got to sit down for a second.
You moved out of the state so you could sit down for a second.
And I didn't get to.
Yeah, you did.
When?
No, you were sitting down behind the desk
the whole time.
First off, you had to stand the entire time.
Oh, okay.
And second, over there in Washington, I was an essential worker. I worked every motherfucking day.
So did I.
I was pissed. But I was pissed. The fact that I couldn't get one fucking.
This is what we're trying to say. No. You're missing the whole point.
That was leisurely job anyways.
Yeah, I get what you're. I get what you're talking about. I didn't have to do construction.
But they don't.
They do. People understand what the fuck I do.
A big reason why you moved across the country to Washington,
I was dying,
is because you couldn't get out of the streets fully. You had to get. No.
Let's be real.
No. This is not your point to talk.
Stop. Let him talk. Let him.
No, but the fact you said this is your point to talk, bro. What are you talking about? It's my life. How is it not my point to talk?
All right, go ahead.
By all means, I want to.
Go ahead, bullshit people.
Go ahead, paint a picture. Go ahead, paint the people a picture.
You was in the streets heavy.
I'll chill.
You were in the streets.
You weren't in the streets heavy.
I didn't say I wasn't.
Streets, and we mean streets not like he was hustling and selling drugs. Streets like
once or twice.
He was hoeing.
He was all over the hoeing. He was doing that shit. He was doing a lot of that.
Hoeing.
A lot of casualties along the way.
I was not hoeing. I went downtown a lot, but that's not hoeing.
Why do you go to downtown, Jacob?
Call me what you want to chill.
You know what that's called? That's called lying by omission.
You know
he's only
Jordan
telling part of the truth. You see that? I went downtown, but I wasn't touching nothing. I wasn't fucking up. I just went to chill. He did go downtown. That is part of the truth.
All the time.
But the other part.
All right.
We're gonna leave
I feel like Denzel right now. All right. So y'all want to fucking play me? Okay. Wait for the next topic, bitches. See what I do to y'all.
Let's keep it on
NBA
sports.
is next.
Oh yeah. I know what you're trying to
wait for next.
We might not have time for that.
Oh yeah. Now we don't got time, huh? Oh, we got time today.
I'll kill you in that.
Oh,
you don't want to do that.
You can't kill me.
The last topic.
You couldn't kill me.
Save that for another day.
Exactly. You think he'll win that?
We're all gonna save ourselves. How about that?
Yeah, that's true.
We
save ourselves. Save ourselves. Anyways,
this is gonna sound cocky shit. I'm untouchable. I can't die in that fucking topic.
Nobody's gonna die, but damn, save some face a little bit.
This is part of my point.
Save some face a little bit.
we shouldn't touch on that.
Maybe if we got
face
time.
looks nice.
I mean, there's
Let's
some
keep
other
it on
shit.
sports real quick.
Right.
Paul George.
Yeah.
Boogie Cousins came out and said that he feels like he's the he's
most
the most
criticized?
He's the most scrutinized player of all time,
which
in
is
NBA
complete
history.
and utter bullshit.
That's
True.
Wrong. LeBron James is still in the league.
Yeah,
He gets
LeBron,
criticized every single year. Every
he does.
year.
But I mean, even
Chuck came out and
even
said that's
before,
utter bullshit.
correct, because even before LeBron, I mean,
Michael.
Chuck was getting criticized. Fucking, you have star
'Cause he didn't
players.
win a ring.
You have star players throughout history getting criticized.
His point was, if you're a great player, you're going to be highly scrutinized.
Correct.
Yeah.
And
You're
I
going to have high expectations.
You're talking about Chuck. You're talking about Chuck's point.
Chuck was saying that. From fans, they're going to have a high expectation
Correct.
of you.
And Charles
because you're such
Barkley
a great
is
player,
one to talk
and they know
on
what you're
that
able to
because
do.
Charles Barkley was that caliber type of player
Correct.
who was in the top 5, top 10 every year he was in the league.
But couldn't get over the hump.
Mike was still in the league. He couldn't beat Mike.
But even when he was out of the league, Hakeem fucking took that spot. He couldn't even get past Hakeem. He couldn't even get to the finals.
That's true.
Yeah, but I mean,
He got to the finals when Michael was in the league and he
When he
lost,
came
and
back.
then he couldn't
Oh,
get back.
no. It was in the first three-peat?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's true.
And then he couldn't
didn't
get
you
back.
Didn't you win MVP that year?
Yep, and then lost in the finals.
Well, Michael fucked him up. Let's go play golf, Chuck. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
People forget Michael Jordan was a fucking. He was a
People
savage.
don't forget. I
I
feel
don't
like
think
people hang
people
on to it.
Relax. I think people
People hang on to that shit.
All right, but
anyway,
think about
besides the
when.
point.
I think
think
people
about
have
when.
been exposed to the
think
truth
about
Back
when.
to Paul
15
George
years.
real quick.
Exposed to the truth.
Who?
People. The
But
Exposed to
masses.
what?
to your
truth?
The
to your
truth of what
point.
Michael Jordan was in his heyday.
To your point, though.
And
He was the
You-
greatest.
arguably
He
the
was
greatest
the
player
greatest
of all
player
time.
in his heyday. He was the greatest player of all time in his heyday. But then LeBron James came around, and
But think
now
about
he is
think
the
of-
greatest player.
Think
of
Now
all
he's
about
time.
forced to
listen,
conversation.
think about this
He's
point
forcing
though.
more than conversation.
Think about this point.
He's forcing.
This is
conversation.
our era.
A lot of
This is the
conversation.
basketball we watch. The basketball everyone else watched was before
Bro,
us.
you cannot
When-
tell me that if you
when
put
LeBron
LeBron
retires-
James in any fucking era of basketball, he will dominate
I'm
everyone
not,
in every
listen,
era of
listen,
basketball.
I didn't.
Not
I'm
Wilt.
not. I'm not saying he wouldn't. You're damn right.
Not Wilt. That nigga was.
Yeah, Will Chamberlain
truth.
would shit on him
And what are we talking about?
And everything.
His body count? Are we talking about?
and everything.
Everything.
Will Chamberlain was the fucking man.
I'm talking
was
shit. though.
fucking-
LeBron
he
would
was
thrive in
fucking-
any.
Fucking his ass off.
LeBron would
I don't know how he
thrive.
could have the energy to play basketball.
Honestly, he would thrive in any era.
Who, Wilt or LeBron?
Maybe Wilt.
Wilt
Both,
too.
probably. But
If he could
What do you
develop
mean?
LeBron.
Wilt was a freak athlete.
Okay, but if you can't develop a shot, then I mean, Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Who
is
the
a- listen,
fuck was gonna guard Wilt?
Giannis is a great athlete, but he can't develop a shot.
Okay, Wilt and Giannis, not same level.
Sure.
Giannis
Sure.
ain't fucked 4,000 bitches.
We're not talking about fucking bitches.
We're talking about sports.
basketball.
I know, I'm just fucking with you. But no, I'm just talking
I
about.
guess that is a sport.
fucking-
And then he talks about he's. Never mind.
Whatever. I belong to the streets. Anyways,
I have a message. I wish we could zoom in on our phone. Did you send me that last night?
yeah, I literally text Jordan. I was like, I belong to the streets.
Zoom in on this. If you can.
Cut the
Says
tape.
right there.
Cut it now. Cut it now.
I belong to the streets.
Good.
Written
I
by
say
Jacob
it all the
Venus.
time. I like to fuck around.
So anybody that watches this podcast and wonders why I go out so much, you go out a lot. Yeah, I always see you out in the streets.
Bro, we haven't been downtown.
It's
in
the
months.
reason.
First off,
I say no.
For good reason.
What
we
is the
needed a fucking
reason?
break. Who goes out that
True,
much?
true.
Honestly, we don't go out that much.
We don't.
We used to though.
It's like
Are used to
phases.
going out that much.
It's
In my
phases.
heyday, still wouldn't have been shit.
That's true. You were going out like 4 or 5 nights a week.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. But I was getting, hey, I mean, it was
He
free.
was getting
It was free for me to go downtown. I was actually making money going
This man
downtown.
is self-incriminating. We're trying to help you out, and you just keep on going back.
Earlier
to
he
that
was
shit.
trying to deny, and then if you fast forward,
I've
to
never
this,
denied
cocaine
shit.
is a hell of a drug.
Charlotte Murphy.
No, I never kicked my boots off on their couch.
Fuck your couch. That's funny.
Oh my god, you're a clown, Jacob. You're a clown.
I've said that too many
You're
times.
fucking. That's a nice shirt, by the way. I like the color scheme. That's kind of like the color scheme I want for my tattoo.
Lavender.
Something like that with the blues and the purples and the fucking.
That's a nice little flow. Nice
Yeah.
mix.
Yeah.
It says youth.
Are you young? Do you feel youthful?
Sometimes I got a haircut. I shaved my beard to look like a baby. Oh, I trimmed it.
I was about to say you didn't really shave it.
No.
Anyways, fuck.
Some
Where
of my
we at?
mustache is still.
We went from
yuck.
fucking Paul George to Michael Jordan to fucking bitches to nice shirts in a matter of fucking
We
five
never-
Nobody
minutes.
said,
we
nobody said
never-
anything about fucking
I was
bitches.
just about
I
to
said
say.
fucking 4,000 bitches.
Wilt.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you did say that.
Yeah, that's how we got into the fucking.
Eric is catching up to those numbers.
Nah.
I'm just kidding.
Wow.
You could literally multiply all of us. And
He wants to incriminate other people. Look at that.
Oh, like y'all didn't just fucking try to shit
So
the
we
fuck
know
on
Jacob
me.
is a friend that is like, I'm gonna take him down with me.
Fuck no. If anything, I save y'all. I take more of the fucking couldn't get me. That's true.
All right, well then shut the fuck up. Nigga, take it.
I'm the fuck. I'm not gonna compare myself, but I take the blame for all y'all all the time. Shut up.
What do you take blame for?
He's trying to get it onto deeper issues.
For what? What blame do you take from me? That's what I want to know.
I don't like legit take blame all the time,
Oh,
but
yeah,
I fucking.
that changed real
cap
Changed
alert.
real quick.
Cap
It's
alert.
just I don't want to incriminate us by going further into details.
You
So I'm
incriminate
You've
us
already
by
incriminated.
fucking
You've already
Whatever.
started
making us do
incriminating.
crazy shit like going out all the time.
I haven't gone out in 3 months. We were talking about
More
it
than
the other
that.
day. It's been since April.
You're the toxic relationship in my life. I got a toxic friendship and it's sitting right next to me.
You want to just fuck basketball? We're going straight into that.
Boom. What is?
Okay.
Toxic. Hey,
What
the
makes
to-
a person
the
toxic?
toxic boys.
Do you hear?
Fuck
Fuck no.
Get me out of that shit.
All right, fine.
I'm clean.
The
I'm
top.
wholesome.
Get me out
All
of
right, fine. Hey,
He was
the
the initiator. He's
the
like,
toxic boy.
who do they call like the head of the sorority? Not sorority. I'm sorry, the
Fraternity.
The chapter leader or something. Yeah, this
That's what
nigga
they're
started
called?
the chapter.
Who, me?
Who, me?
No. I had my fucking fair share of shit back in the day.
So you started the chapter, but you out the gang. You graduated, nigga.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
He's old
You
enough.
started the chapter.
Fuck.
Go ahead. It would only make sense.
Oh, shit.
What you got to say?
We're going straight. Okay.
What makes a person toxic? That's
What makes a person
What makes
toxic?
you
man?
toxic, nigga?
Me
Fuck a person. What makes you toxic?
Oh,
This guy.
shit. Here we go.
I'm coming for your life.
Here we go.
Don't
Coming
you forget
from
it.
my life.
Don't you
Boom.
forget it.
No,
I'm
don't
roughing
come
this
from
one.
mine.
No, what makes a person toxic in my eyes, at least? Talking about
Give them bullshit,
males, bitches,
please.
it don't matter. I'm not. Nah. I'm
Why you gotta
talking
call
about-
it? He said males and then bitches. That's not
That's
good.
the first part of being
Boom.
toxic. I couldn't even. I didn't even say females. My bad.
Males
here
and
we go.
females.
Oops. Whoopsies.
Okay.
No whoopsies. You meant
Yeah.
that shit.
Come
That
on.
was on purpose.
Come on. Go ahead.
Shit.
Go
It's
ahead.
getting worse. I
He
might as
wants
well.
to go back to NBA.
I might as well finish this drink first. Just fucking kill myself.
Oh, shit. This is the good stuff.
All right, now, what
this is
makes
what
a
the
per-
people are tuning in for.
For real, they
I
should.
know.
I feel like what makes a person toxic is a couple of things. One, what I was just doing, denying shit. You shouldn't do that.
He admits that he denies. Wow.
Yeah.
This
If you're
is-
gonna,
We're
if
having
you're
a
gonna,
whole fucking
I know.
intervention. We're
I-
going through the whole cycle
He hasn't
right
done
now.
this in our whole friendship. He just
This
did
has
this
been
on
what,
camera.
like 15,
I love how
20 minutes?
I love
We
how
went
they
through the
try to
whole cycle.
pretend I'm a brand new. Like we don't talk about this before we do the episodes, but it's all
We
good.
do, but shit,
It's all good. They act like this is brand new information
it's
to
not
them.
brand new to us,
Go ahead.
but the way that you try to
Brand new
fucking
to the world, you
paint that
mean?
picture,
Yeah.
the way you paint that picture,
What can I
you
say?
cut out a lot of
Picasso.
fucking
Call me
words.
Picasso.
Picasso not in his prime, but go ahead.
Whatever. Even Picasso out of his prime was still making bank.
Go ahead.
Probably
Van
not.
Gogh,
Okay,
you're
I
over
like
here
that.
cutting your own ear off.
That's a nice. That's
Nope.
Van Gogh, homie.
That's what he just said.
Fuck, sklink, cutting his own
Go ahead.
ear
That's what he
off.
just said. I
did
feel like
just
what
say
makes a
that.
person toxic, like I said, denying shit, fucking lying about little shit. Drinking doesn't help.
Drinking doesn't make you toxic.
It doesn't, but it depends how often you drink.
It depends what type of fucking
And
what
depends
type
what
of
kind of
demons
type
you're
of
hiding, what type of fucking lies
depends
you're
what type
telling
of
yourself.
vibes you're trying to be on when you're drinking. That can make a person
bro,
toxic.
you can have fucking good vibes. You
Okay,
can have
yeah,
what are you
that's-
talking about? Like fuck vibes, like sex
No.
vibes?
No, I'm just saying, like, if say you're drinking on a consistent basis, it's one thing if you're drinking at home versus if you're drinking and going out. If you're drinking, getting fucked up, there's
Okay.
like different
All
types
right,
of
yeah.
fucking vibes.
All right.
So, I don't know. Can't give you a full definition of what makes somebody toxic. There's different definitions for everybody.
I mean, you pretty
Me
much
personally-
We're asking you. We're not asking about everybody's fucking
Oh my
depiction
God,
of
Jordan.
toxic. What's your depiction of toxic?
You bitch, you.
You can't steal what I said. I
I
called you
know.
toxic.
Well, I like to fuck.
So
with
stop
Very
saying all that
original.
extra shit. Tell me what you think is toxic. Give me direct toxic energy. Because don't act like you don't deal with it. Because you do. So tell me.
I do.
Come on.
you. Fucking with people's heads.
There you
That's
go.
pretty toxic.
Mind games.
Super
Yeah,
toxic.
mind games. That's pretty fucking toxic. Playing with people's emotions. Pretty fucking toxic.
Same
I hate you,
thing.
motherfuckers.
But
I
Jordan's
do that.
dealt with that.
Still am.
It's like who hurt you? He won't put it out there.
I'm sorry. Don't get spicy with me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
See, he knows better now. He knows
ahead.
better now.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Fucking all right. What else? No, I don't want to go.
I mean, all right. So going off of that, what's fucking?
Yeah, help a brother
You
out.
ever been in a toxic relationship?
Why is it only me? We've all been. Because,
yeah, well, you're not the one. I'm the one asking questions right now. They're being directed towards you.
Ask Jordan.
Boom.
Jordan, have you ever been in a toxic relationship?
No.
No.
I have that type of energy.
No, he says.
Yeah, I have. I guess I've been in a toxic relationship.
We all have. That's why I made
relationships that come and go usually are toxic.
Does that
for example, if they have gone but refuse to leave and to keep coming back, toxic.
It's like a wart.
More like a fucked up boomerang.
If you want to have a real intervention, are we toxic?
Us personally?
Yeah. How you feel like you've been toxic before in your life?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, but I can
toxic
admit that shit.
Yeah,
but I've grown out of that. That's the thing. I've grown out of it. I'm in a point where I'm just, listen, if we're on the same page and we want to waste each other's time, then I feel like that's not toxic. If we're on the same page and we want to fucking grow and do, as long as you're just on the same page with somebody, I don't feel like it's toxic.
Okay.
But like you said, if you're playing mind games, lying, not, withholding information.
So
what was that you said?
Are you telling me that if you're both toxic?
What truth? You said something.
Lying by omission?
There you go. Lying by omission. There you go. But
my mom's favorite line.
If you're withholding shit and not being honest with somebody, then you're being toxic. But as long as you're being honest with somebody, then it's not really toxic, because then that person has the choice to either
deal with the situation or not.
Boom.
And that's what I've felt before. Because, like, for instance, with certain people, I feel like I'm blatantly honest
about that.
I feel like I've been like that for a while, though.
I feel like
there's definitely been certain situations where, like, I definitely play with people and shit like that. But when they tell me,
in my mind, what you're telling me is either you deal with toxic shit or you don't deal with toxic shit. Like, if you guys both have an agreement that it's toxic, you're gonna deal with toxic energy. But that doesn't change that it's toxic or it's not toxic. You understand what I'm trying to say?
I get what you're saying, but I feel like
you're both being truthful that you're doing fucked up shit. 100%, yeah. You have an understanding of that, but you still deal with the toxic energy.
Well, then
doesn't feel good no matter what.
I guess at that point it depends more on the situation. It depends more on what is it that you guys are doing. Like, if you at
that point, I feel like you're only justifying actions.
You are, but I mean if
she's doing this, well, I'm doing this too.
But I mean,
it's toxic on both sides.
We're always justifying actions, though.
That's the type of shit I've been in before, where it's like I wasn't necessarily toxic, but someone fucked with me, and I was like, "Oh, you want to play around? I can play harder," and that made me worse. It made me worse because I'm the one who is like, "Damn, I'm not."
No, every time you say that shit.
What do you say?
So you want to play rough?
Okay. That shit was fucking lit. But I don't know. I feel like, I guess it is still toxic, but if you're willing to put up with it, then how toxic is it really? If you're willing to put time into it and you know what you're getting yourself into, then like, it might still have like elements of being toxic. But maybe that's
what is the return on that time that you're investing in a toxic situation?
It's what you take from it. The time, what you're getting in return is what you take from it. If I'm in a toxic relationship and all I'm taking is this, she's a fucking bitch. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ, I can't fucking stand her. Fuck, like, why the fuck is she being? Then that's when I feel like it's toxic. But if I'm in a toxic situation, like from the outside point of view, but we have some type of agreement that I know how this person is, whether it's a woman, I'm with you. A friend, this, that, whatever, but you're willing to put up with it, it's what you feel like you're getting in return.
Yeah, Jordan. Right. So in return, calling me the toxic one.
So it really is like if you're really trying to get down to the nitty gritty of it, it is a fucking, everything is going to be
it's what you're willing to deal with.
Exactly. It's going to be an isolated situation.
And I'm right there with you.
It's a give and take.
I'm right there with you. If you're willing to deal, if you have an understanding of how a person is, then at a certain point, at least for me, you have no choice but to take them for how they are. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So if you're willing to deal with that, then, that's something that you're willing to deal with. That doesn't mean that they're not a toxic person or their energy is not fucked up. You're just willing to deal with that energy, and you can put up with it. You have the patience for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what is the return on that type of energy?
But maybe, that's up to the individual. That's up to the individual. Maybe, because if you have two people who are similar and they're two toxic people,
I feel like
and they're together, maybe they vibe off of each other. I'm in the belief that there's someone out there for everyone. You're gonna, whether it's that like one single person.
How long does it take? God damn, I'm going through a lot of.
The thing is that I don't feel like there's they're like. one single person, I feel like, but like you vibe. There's so many different people that you interact with on a daily basis, and that you vibe with, and this. But it's up to you as a person to differentiate how much of it is. If we're talking about in a male to female perspective, how much of this is friendship, that I like her personality? How much is it that damn she's fine as fuck?
It's gotta be a whole package.
How much of it? No, but I'm talking about like if you're just. Say you're just trying to be a friend with somebody. Say you're just trying to, you interact with so many different people. And at the end of the day, we're trying to find that person that fucking we can all fuck, whether it's you, me, we're trying to find that one person that we can fucking chill with, vibe with,
all
that we can all the time. And it doesn't
and
get
even
old.
their annoying things we can deal with.
But in that process, you're dealing
Everyone's
with.
Everyone's going to get annoyed at some point.
I know, but it's what you're willing to deal with.
In that process, you're dealing with a multitude of different people.
Yeah.
So
you figure that out.
Exactly. So there's going to be a lot of, so if we're talking about like in a relationship standpoint, there's going to be a lot of women that are going to have a lot of similar traits, good or bad.
Right.
Then it's going to be up to you. Okay, where are their intentions at? Are they really for me? Are they really just saying this? Like, do I really like, again, to that quote that I will always stick with me. People aren't against you. They're for themselves. How much of them are they going to be able to, kind of ride or die type
somebody
shit?
For me.
At the end of the day, though, listen, like if you find somebody that you truly care about, you really love, you want to put your all into, you want to give them the world. At the end of the day, you're doing that because it gives you that satisfaction of seeing them happy.
Yeah, but if you don't get the return of that energy, it's only going to last so long.
You're right. Correct. You're right. It has to come both ways. But at the end of the day, it's going to be something that's more like, but I feel like you can notice that. Like people notice energies. You can notice how much somebody is going to give you early on in return. But the thing is that we lie to ourselves. We do such a good job of lying to ourselves because we know ourselves so well. So we can
but you're convincing yourself.
Exactly.
I can make this situation work when it clear as day.
Instead of just letting shit fucking ride.
Or letting shit fucking fizzle out. Like some shit should be dead from when you notice it should be dead. It should be dead. But as just males, females,
it's
whatever.
Comfortable. It's when you get to know somebody.
And that kind of brings into my next topic on the toxic. Why do people stay in toxic relationships?
It's comfortable.
Yeah,
it's comfortable. It gives you that sense of security in a sense. It gives you that sense of like,
I know that person's fucked up security. But could it also be? And this might
people like the excitement of things. People are in toxic situations and get into a situation that they thought they wanted. But realistically, I think people need a little bit of excitement and a balance in their life. They need somebody that's going to treat them well, but keep them on edge. You know what I'm saying? And make them think that at any given moment something can happen.
You got to keep you on your toes. I
get keeping you on your toes, but it doesn't have to be a toxic relationship.
It doesn't. You're right. It doesn't have to be. You're right. It doesn't have to be.
I feel like that's an unhealthy relationship.
That is unhealthy.
I didn't say it had to be toxic.
There has to be
There has to be excitement and spice in a relationship
to keep it going.
Things get old. Especially for men who are very physical. Men by nature are physical. We get excited by things physically and different energies. Visually.
Physical and visual.
100%. So
yeah, but if you don't like what you see, it doesn't matter. If you're rubbing up on a chick that you're not attracted to, that's all the physical. But if you don't like it, you're not attracted to it. There's a visual too.
But who's gonna keep rubbing on a chick that's not attracted to?
But that's where the visual comes in.
I was gonna bring in the point of, I think why some people might stay in toxic relationships is purely off of sex. Because, for instance, as males, we all know this. All males that are watching the show know this. The crazier the bitch, and I say bitch for this reason. The crazier the bitch
usually
means the fucking better the pussy.
Yeah.
But again,
it's fucked up. It's a fucked up dynamic.
It is, but then again, everyone's in the understanding.
We're basically being enablers.
Nobody fucking
to these bitches.
That's the thing, though. Like nobody will say anything. When it's between you and the chick, nobody's gonna say anything that damn we're just together because we have fucking phenomenal sex. But it's very much understood.
It's been mentioned.
For the most part, though, you're not gonna say.
I feel like both male and females get it though. Like even a woman like will stay in a toxic relationship. For sure. Because girls are
down like no other, of course.
And girls are different. Like girls don't want to, raise their numbers or try something new or whatever.
I feel like at the numbers thing is kind of out the window.
You would hope, but some chicks are still on that.
Yeah, but
at the same time, I like that. Like, by all means, girl, like be careful. Like, calm down. Like, I don't want you anywhere near high numbers. Like, chill, just chill.
So
I don't care what the fuck I'm at.
So
I don't care.
Let me ask you this.
If you
meet a girl and she is fucking perfect, everything's fucking personality wise, body wise, the way she carries herself.
You're missing the key one.
Okay, that's what
I said. Pussy wise.
This guy is so.
I was insinuating. Obviously, I know that, but hey, if you're gonna throw, he said he needs that shit to fucking be fucking.
Yeah, this shit's gotta match.
Of course, but okay, listen. Everything fucking is.
I agree with him.
Down the fucking line. Check. But the one thing, the last thing, she's got a high body count.
I like pretty.
Is that gonna fucking deter you from her, or are you gonna be able to overlook that?
Depends.
On what?
Yeah, you might want to pick up some Depends. No, I'm just kidding. No one would get that reference. It's Love
Depends
Guru.
is old people diapers.
No,
we get
well
the
that,
reference.
but it's from the Love Guru. What I was talking about.
That's a shitty
if
movie,
she checks off all box, like if everything is checked, everything
except the last one where she has a high body count.
But that's the thing.
A little too much for your comfort.
I'm a grown ass man. Like I'm not gonna. First off, I don't even bring that up. Like I'm never gonna ask a girl, "Oh, what's your body count?" Like that's not a topic.
No, but. Things get caught up in casual conversation sometimes. If you're trying to get to know somebody,
I would legit tell somebody, just shut the fuck up right there. Like, I'm dead ass on a female.
But
like,
if you're trying to get to know somebody, maybe you
know.
don't have to want to know, but listen.
That's something I shouldn't know. That was your life before me, my life before you.
Fair enough.
At a point, like.
Let me ask one question. I'm just going to put you out right here. You been in a serious relationship? Ever?
Boom.
Not necessarily.
Okay, exactly. That's why you never asked the question. You don't give a
Listen,
fuck.
No.
You haven't cared about anybody enough.
The questions have still the questions have always arisen. Every time I've ever even talked to a female, the question has
eventually it'll come out.
Correct. It comes to the surface.
Did you care whether it came out or not?
It always has came out.
Okay.
That's the thing. I don't want it to though.
Okay.
Answer this question though. Did you ever care whether it came out or not? Did you rush the question?
I never even asked the question.
Okay,
I'm not someone to ask that question. I feel like in a mature relationship,
do you want to know?
We're 25 and plus now.
Let's say you get married one day, and hopefully that happens for you.
We're 25 plus now.
Do you want to know how many?
No, I'm telling a girl I'm a virgin. Like I didn't know nothing before you,
bro. That's
it's clear as day.
Toxic relationship right there. Toxic 101 right there.
Let me justify my answer.
Let me ask you the same question though. You get married one day. Do you want to know how many men your wife's been with?
Not really, but if it gets brought up and she asks,
that's the thing though. It shouldn't be.
But if it does,
I get that it can be brought up, but if you're gonna
marry somebody, that's your whole life. That's the goal.
You got to be okay with whatever it is, but at the same time,
if it gets brought up, it's not like I wanted to get.
That's not a question I'm gonna ask.
Of course, it's not like I wanted to get brought up.
We are grown. Like that's not a question that should come.
But to a point. How many random conversations do all of us have? Just random shit gets brought up on the daily.
Yeah.
Because we're in proximity to each other so much that random shit is going to get brought up. Correct. Eventually, at some point, if you're with somebody long enough, at some point, whether you guys want to dive into the conversation or not,
I get it. But
that question might be brought up, and on accident, numbers might slip. So at that point, like
I don't like the conversation for this reason and this reason alone. It can be interpreted different ways. It won't be, for instance, I might not give a damn what her number is, what my number is. She might feel differently.
But if she's asking the question,
which
is
they
it because
usually
you don't
do.
Believe the number?
Not necessarily. It's just the fact that, like, me, for instance, I personally, like I said, I think we're grown. That question shouldn't come about. Whatever you did before me, that's on you.
If you're grown, the more questions can become about.
No, but I think like we're grown. Like anything you did before me, I didn't know you. How do I justify?
But how do you get to know somebody if you don't get to know their past?
I get getting to know them.
That's part of people.
Okay, but you can ask plenty of questions without asking a girl, "Oh, how many dudes have you been with?" That's just a question to fuck with you.
It doesn't. That's the thing. But
okay, what? How other way would it come up,
bro? Have you ever not fucking slipped and said something that you shouldn't have said on accident, or
not only that, but how many?
How would the question come up? How would answer me this? How would the question come up?
How many times have you been with a girl? How many times have you been with a girl and you've talked about previous relationships or situations and she has done the same?
That's
every
fine.
time. Don't
you never go into.
Shit comes up every time.
Yes, but if you go into the nitty gritty, somebody has to have asked the question.
Mm-hmm. So what if she asked the fucking question?
I would literally say, unless a girl straight up was like, "Oh, this is my number. What's yours?" Like,
well, so what if she does?
I'd be like, what the fuck? I'd be like, damn.
Does that change your whole perception of the woman?
Depends.
That has happened to you. Why are you acting like it has not happened to you?
I didn't say it never has. I'm just saying
So then how could you be shocked if it's happened to you? How could you be so surprised?
We're finally landing the plane. Here we go.
How could you be shocked?
Stop yelling in the mic.
We're fucking landing the plane.
Everybody calm down. And it hasn't came up in that exact term. No one's legit.
God.
This guy.
I just like to say it does, but
we're flying the plane again.
What female have you ever?
Again.
What female have you ever talked to that literally just?
I have talked with multiple women that numbers have been brought up, and they have asked me what is my body count. And
girls ask, but they never fucking give you theirs first. A girl's just been like, "Oh, this is my body count. What's yours?"
Okay,
this is blasphemy.
But okay, so regardless of how it gets brought up, whether because you can twist that in so many different ways. Somebody brings up, "Oh, you're gonna tell me? You're gonna tell me first? I mean, it doesn't matter. Like you're just getting into like the super fucking intricate little details of it. Who cares how it gets brought up? Who fucking says first if it's direct?
All I'm saying, at the end of the day,
question is, stop beating around the bush. If a chick brings up her numbers and it's a little higher than you're comfortable with,
as long as it's not higher than me, if it's higher than me, there's gonna be some real questions here. I'm gonna be like, yo.
You know what
the fuck were you doing?
But if you're talking about, but you just said
if it's my whole world, yeah.
But no,
if she checks every box and that's my whole world, I might have to just look past it.
Listen, but like you said, like if it's something that it's her past.
I'll beat your ass.
It's her fucking past. It's her past. This that whatever.
I get it's her past. I literally just.
So then why is it?
Just answered that question.
So then why does it have to fucking?
I literally just answered the question before you asked it. If it is my whole world, if I'm talking to a girl, I love the girl. That question gets brought up. And it is something that I do not like.
If his soulmate has 100 bodies, it is what it is. She's his soulmate. His twin flame. It's meant to be. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who she was with before that. You hear that, ladies? Take your opportunity at me or
I just feel like
at the end of the day, we are grown. So like, I get everyone has a past. Everyone has things they're not proud of. Some people are proud of certain situations, whatever. But at the end of the day, we're grown. Like, if the topic comes up, it comes up. I'm just not personally one to want the topic to arise.
Of course not.
I don't really.
Nobody wants that to come up.
Yeah, I don't really like talking about that with. I mean, I understand it's something that girls want to talk about. Even a guy would like to talk about it just because you ask more questions about, like, what your preferences are versus who you've been with. And I get everyone's learned something from different people.
You're saying something that's very obvious. We all don't care if it's brought up or if it's not brought up. But when it is brought up,
it's uncomfortable.
It's uncomfortable. And if it's at a certain number, you feel a way about it. There's no denying that.
Yeah. I know you did.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. And that shit,
when it's in the dark, it's in the dark.
When that shit happened to me, I was like, whoa. I was like, oh.
That's why specifically, it's like, I understand why you're asking me said question.
When the shit is in the dark, nobody gives a fuck.
But shit's going to get brought to the light eventually.
When it comes to the light, I've never met someone. Shit, what? That shit fucks up your whole perception of the person.
Granted, my number count is way low, but I'm just saying, if anyone's ever, asked me, as long as I was a little bit above them, we're good.
Is that a machismo thing? Is it an ego thing?
It's not an ego thing.
Some of it is. It's competitive.
It must be. That's what it sounds
like. By nature, in your mind, you feel
off.
like, as a man, that you should have fucked more women and have been the bigger hoe.
Yeah. Because men are competitive. Yeah, that's fair.
Well, but that's
even
what the society thing is.
And I feel like men are so subconsciously competitive, like we don't understand.
Maybe that's what it is.
I feel like there's no doubt about that.
Interesting.
But
I'm just saying, I've never been in the situation where that situation has arose, and it's been like,
there was only one person that came up with that it was like I was trying to take serious. All the other times that question came up, it was just kind of like I knew it wasn't really going anywhere, so I didn't really care or whatever.
That's another great point. That like,
but there was only one time that it was like, oh fuck, like I really like this chick. She's telling me some shit that I was like, yikes.
That's why I said what I said. Yeah. Unless it was with someone I wanted to be with, that I truly cared, checked all the boxes, that question doesn't fucking matter.
I know.
Well, but at that point, that's the only time.
You have not come across that person where you truly give a fuck about yet.
At the end of the day, what I feel like...
So you charge it to the game. You still pimping right now, and there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
You charge it to the game.
Gotta fucking own your
but
fucking
the day that you look
at
a girl like, wow, I want this to be me, and I want this to represent me, you're going to be worried or fearful about what she did in her past that's going to represent your name at that point. You're going to want to check all that. Just naturally as a man. She could have done whatever she had did in her past life. She can't have any history around where the fuck I live. Hold on. And been with whoever she wants to be in her life. But if it gets to a point where it could embarrass your name, that's where it's an issue. where it can make you look bad.
At the same time, though, to go off
and
that
for
point,
a woman, it'd be the same thing. No girl wants to be with a man that is going to have a situation come back where it makes them look crazy.
Correct. But at the same point,
bound to happen,
though. I mean, maybe, but like to bring.
We all have past situations.
We all have past situations,
not bound to happen. It depends on what the situation was.
And as long as you're handling yourself properly and you're not fucking dogging hoes and fucking the chick too, if she's not fucking making herself look like a fucking hoe to the world, and you're not dogging girls to make yourself look like a piece of shit.
Right.
Situations happen. Yeah, we're grown. Right. We fuck. Like shit happens.
Right, and that gets.
But as long as it's
that comes with getting to know people's character. That's. You get to know a girl's character. You get to know a guy's character.
Yeah, correct.
That's where you figure all that shit out.
Because I mean,
it's
a known fact. Everyone,
emotionally and physically.
At this point, everyone has been with someone. Yeah. It just is what it is. We're not gonna find any virgins out there at this age, most likely. So you're never gonna be a girl's first at this age. I mean, I wouldn't believe so. It could happen. I'm not saying it can't, but unless you find like the rarest of the rare who is waiting for marriage. And then if she asks you your body count, oh my God, I'd feel like, oh my God.
I don't know. I feel like what my point is in all this is that like, I mean, I could speak from like a male standpoint is that we just got to understand that everybody's got male or female or whatever the fuck you identify as.
Everyone's got skeletons in the
Everyone's
closet.
got something. So it's just what you're willing to put up with. And I feel like that's kind of like an underlying theme in this podcast. Like what you're willing to put up with, what you're willing to accept, what you're willing to justify, what pride you're willing to swallow. Depending if it's on a relationship or if it's on a polarizing topic or if it's on this or that, it's what you're willing to deal with and what you're willing to understand the rights and wrongs and what biases you have is what you're going to take from the situation.
I agree.
So, I mean, like you said, we all got skeletons in our closet.
Correct. And everyone's different. I mean, it could be, the topic could come about and it could be a certain time where you might not be giving a fuck at the time. You never know.
Yeah, I could be fucking drinking, chilling, having a good time.
It could be it could just be water under the bridge, or it could be fucking something
detrimental.
There you go.
But I do feel like I feel like in order to have like healthy you got to be
able to talk about anything.
Exactly. You got to be at least
and talk it through. Like
exactly,
even if
you
it
got to
is
at least
like
be willing to have the conversation.
And that's a big thing. That's something I've been thinking about a lot lately. Go ahead, finish.
Maybe not in the moment, but if something gets brought up, I don't feel like you can leave things open ended. I feel like
if something is an issue, you have to be able to talk about it.
Correct.
And I feel like that shows maturity as a person and in relationships.
That's
because
the biggest
you're never going to get through anything in life if you can't communicate.
Correct.
The majority of relationships where they go wrong
is communication. That's always where it lacks.
That's where problems arise.
Every relationship, the issue is always leads back to communication.
And then the worst thing is when people like you're not communicating and you see that there's a miscommunication, you just want to like fuck it, throw the towel in. Like, fuck you, moving on, keep it like. You got to grow from that as a person.
That's a problem with our society, though. People are quick to fucking.
It is hard to figure it out. It's hard to have that conversation.
Or shit like
it's
that.
irritating. You know what I'm saying? It's easier to just be like, fuck it, I'm not gonna deal with it. Keep it moving. Blah 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 blah. But you got to grow as a person. People be real childish and they think they're grown. That's be the funniest thing to me.
Yep. I mean, shit. You could see our growth. Go check out all past episodes of No Hangover Podcast, 1 through 103.
On all platforms.
Including all fucking bonus episodes and all that good shit.
We're definitely.
Boom. Had to plug that up right there.
Yep.
Shit, how far along are we? Shit.
We're like an hour in.
An hour and 8 minutes.
Boom.
You want to talk about that pipeline real quick? That's bursting in the Gulf of Mexico?
Save it for a bonus episode. Fuck it.
I mean, it's up to you. It's up to you.
We can speak about it if you want.
I mean, we could talk about it now.
I mean, what y'all want.
I don't know. That shit's fucking wild. It looks like the gates of hell are opening up. The fucking apocalypse is happening.
In the water, that shit's fucking out.
On fire.
So if anyone hasn't heard about it,
burning
pipeline burst under the Gulf of Mexico. Bless you. Bless you again.
Thank you.
And yeah, basically the ocean is on fire.
That shit looks like the gate. Like when they're filming the fucking from whatever helicopter or something, it looks like some fucking fake CGI shit. Joe Rogan posted it and shit. I'm like, that's when I knew. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, let me go fishing for this shit. That is wild.
Yeah, because it's basically burning. What was it? Fuel pipeline? Gas? Yeah, it was a fuel pipeline.
In the Gulf.
Burst into flames. that shit is hot.
Like, what do you do?
It burns
you can't
so
send people
strong
down
that
there.
it literally has the ocean on fire.
Like, you can't send people there to fucking put out the fire and close.
I mean, they've been trying. You saw all the boats around it, like
that's
sprinkling
the
water.
Shit to me that they're spraying water on
water that's
but
on
that
fire.
Shit that's like fucking trying to put out a grease fire with fucking water. Like, obviously it's not working. It's in fucking water. Like, that shit is obviously
Correct.
not working. Like,
Correct. But
like,
I mean, they gotta
what are we
attempt
doing?
something.
Fuck,
What else they
but
gonna do?
At that point, it's like, okay, you can't send people down there. You can't fucking put it out with water. Like, you just kind of have to wait it out essentially and just fuck up the world more than it already is. Kind of. I mean, what else are you gonna do? I'm not a scientist, so they probably got all the answers and shit. But
I mean, there's a tropical storm coming. Maybe it just misses us. Bam, straight for the
I don't
fire.
know, it looked pretty rainy in that video. It looked kind of gloomy. Maybe
Well,
it was
that's
just all the
fucked up.
fucking.
If it's raining the entire time, that's just
yeah, but I mean, if
flourishing.
you like I said, like if you think about a grease fire, you can't put it out with water. That just makes it look. You gotta fucking. Maybe we just get a big fucking towel and put it over. That's it. That shit is wild though. That shit looks like the end of the world's happening right now.
It sure does.
The Kraken's about to fucking pop out of that bitch.
Release the Kraken.
Satan himself might rise through that hole.
I'll slap his bitch ass back down there.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think that's only a job for one guy.
Yep. Jesus, please help me.
I was gonna say God, but I guess
It's
Jesus
Papa.
too.
Jesus is the Son of God. One and
That
the
is
same.
true. Are they?
The Son of God. Wrap
One
it
and
up.
the
So you and your dad one and the same?
Similar.
So then.
Same, but different.
Oh shit!
But my dad
Crazy
isn't God, so.
You guys look pretty fucking similar though.
You guys are one and the same.
Yep, you guys do look pretty.
Me and my dad
like
are probably one and the same.
Honestly,
Definitely are. But, yeah. I mean, I feel like we all resemble.
our fathers a little bit.
Oh.
Everyone tells me I look like my dad.
You
My
do?
grandparents sound like, or say that I sound like him.
Probably.
I've only heard it a couple times where people tell me I sound like my dad, and I'm like,
No.
I
You
don't
do
know
in
about
some
that.
instances on like little things.
Your
It's
dad has an
it's-
accent though.
it's
too,
different
so-
if like I say something that he says. That's one thing. But like when people say I answered the phone, they're like, "Oh, I thought you were Israel." I'm like,
facial expressions I get a lot.
Mannerisms.
Yeah.
that's different because like they've seen him for so long, and then they see me doing something that he does. That's okay, like comparison wise. But when people tell me I sound like him, that they can't even see what I'm doing or see my faces, I'm
In
like,
a sense, on certain things you do.
I'm like, I don't know.
That's the thing. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't see it for a while. Like I kind of see it now, but for me, like I didn't see the similarities.
Oh, me and my dad?
No, me and my dad. I was like, what the fuck? There's even one time
when
I
I was
remember
a kid, I didn't see it.
the
I
first time
personally
he
still
took
don't
me,
see
the
it,
first
but-
time he took me to go work out at Planet Fitness right there on the Loma.
Mhm.
There was like that big ass mirror, and I don't know what the fuck I was doing, but I was looking. I'm like, I don't see it. Like,
I
feel
don't see it.
like what is
What the
going?
fuck
Like,
are they talking about?
honestly,
I still personally don't like. There's
Oh, you're
some
you have
faces.
pictures all around. That
I
you
know,
can
but
look
there's
at
sometimes
and
like
fucking-
I'll look and I'll be like,
You even have
Nah.
one where you're bald,
You're
shaved.
stupid.
I know.
You-
I don't look like him at
you
all
look
in that photo.
You look exactly like your fucking
What the
dad.
fuck are you talking
In
about?
that photo, I
spitting
do
image
not.
of
Oh
your
my
father.
god, we're gonna take a picture of this
We are
picture
not.
and put it in this video.
We are not.
You two
So
should
that
do a
you can
podcast
fucking-
together.
We
You can
definitely
fucking see how
I
similar.
do. I
you
do
guys
low key
fucking-
want my dad on a podcast, but he'd only have the patience for like 5 minutes.
That shit would be too wild.
I'd probably do like an Instagram live before I ever do a fucking full podcast.
That shit would be too wild.
You'd
You'd
see
be
me.
hilarious.
You'd see me as a
That
bald
shit would be funny.
60-year-old.
They have the same smile. When they smile like that,
Mischievous
that
as fuck.
mischievous smile, you get that from him 100%.
For real, look at
We all have a fucking. Don't want to put my whole family out there like that. Never mind.
You got people after you?
No. I'm saying my whole family has a trait, but I'm not gonna tell the trait because then people will notice the trait.
All right.
So if
That's
no
what
one's
I'm asking.
noticed it
You got
yet,
people fucking looking for you?
Well,
I don't know.
wrap it up, Trait Boy.
Rabbit.
Close
and
it
tap
out. 103.
Safe sex.
Jordan's a whore. Don't you forget it.
Yikes.
He tries to come off all innocent, Mr. Working guy
Here we
over
go.
here.
Here we go.
Fuck you, Jordan.
Oh shit.
I'm just kidding. Eric's one too. Don't let him.
I'm not a whore. I'm a saint. Saint Eric is what they call me.
I'm not a liar.
Lying by omission.
But
I haven't said anything. I'll let you speak
Yeah.
what you want to speak.
You're
How am I
like,
lying by omission? I'm not a liar.
I wouldn't.
I'm
say
not
you're-
agreeing with what you're saying, but
I wouldn't say you're a liar. There you
really, thank you.
really?
go. Oh, shit. Oh my
No,
god.
just lying. I'm not a liar.
There you go. Lying by omission right there.
The fact you said it like that, though, it kind of shows the people what I'm talking about.
Oh fuck!
You're like,
You
really?
think I'm a liar?
Nah, I'm just saying.
I'm not at that. I'm not that type of person.
Well, episode 103, No Hangover Podcast. Before we keep on telling on ourselves, check us out on Instagram.
I tell people the truth.
You bastards.
Tell these women the truth.
Check out the posts, the snippets, like the content,
Don't
interact with us. Check us out on YouTube, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast, Spotify. Comment, ratings, questions, concerns. Reach out.
Take some of that out.
Merchandise. www.nohangoverpodcast.com.
Yeah.
Check out the shirts, the socks, the fucking phone cases, anything that's on there. If you want to hit us up, we got shirts on our person, available to give out. Not give out, you got to pay for it, but you already know. Shout out to XL Tint. If it's glass and you can see through it, Ryan Gillard can do it.
386-479-7111.
Boom. You got the number down. We're gonna put some more shit back here soon.
The set shall be changing soon.
Yeah, we got to.
It might be a special episode.
Maybe put some shit on the fucking table.
When it changes or
Who
something.
the fuck knows?
You keep forgetting your thing.
I don't forget shit. I didn't forget it. Everybody love everybody.
I said your thing.
Oh, my Batman? Yeah, I did forget that too.
Stupid.
But yeah.
I don't forget anything.
Stupid.
All right, let me stop telling myself. Everybody love everybody. We'll see y'all next week.
Yes, sir.
Peace.